Well, look, amid a big political week, there wasn't much fanfare as Australia's new Governor-General was sworn in at Parliament House, but it's the former lawyer and business leader's proposed salary that has everyone talking.
That's right. Labor proposed a $200,000 pay increase, taking the total salary to just over $700,000 a year. Now, that puts the Governor-General well above the pay rate of our Prime Minister, the UK Prime Minister, and even the US President. Let me go to you on this one, Paul. Do you think 700 grand or so for a Governor-General represents value for money?
Absolutely not. I mean, like, you look at the people in Australia, you've got people who have got both people working, husband and wife, kids are going to school, they can hardly afford a mortgage, they can hardly afford to put food on their table. But you look at the people on the street these days, and Australia is crying out. Our cost of living is through the roof. Who knows how many homeless people she'd walk past on the way to work and not even throw a coin at, and she's getting over $700,000 a year. That money could be better spent on other things, on schools, on education, on teaching people how to love their country again. We don't even love our own country. And yet Labor and Sam Mostyn, all these people are getting all these jobs for the boys and girls and people who identify as anything they want to, all because they think they deserve it. It's just not right.
It's not right. You're spot on, especially also in the middle of a cost of living crisis. It's a shocking look. Cassandra, do you think that Sam Mostyn should reject this pay rise?
Well, I do. I find it quite ironic given her activism in the past. So normally I'm not one to begrudge a salary for certain accomplishments, but I just think it's not a good look. I think that what she should do is actually, with the salary increase, perhaps for the first year or two, is offer it to some charities. But it doesn't pass the pub test at all.
No.
In fact, I find the largesse of the increase quite obscene.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely doesn't pass the pub test. Well, look, he was once known as Airbus Albo for all the trips he took overseas, but apparently Anthony Albanese wants to shake it.
He's turned down an invitation to meet with other world leaders for a NATO summit in Washington, D.C. next week, and will instead send his deputy. Albanese says he wants to focus on domestic issues. Craig, what do you think? This is a pretty important summit, this NATO meeting. Should Albanese not have been there?
He's damned if he does and he's damned if he does. It's irrelevant. Personally, I don't think he should be turning up to it. But yeah, either way, he's done dusted. Each way, Albo. It's easy.
It's a perfect nickname for him, isn't it? Dana, do you think he should be going to NATO?
Yes, I think it's an important gathering of world leaders, and as our leader, Albo should front up. But instead he's staying home to promote the pathetic stage 3 tax cuts and to avoid further criticism of his international travel in a cost of living crisis. But he has a responsibility to put Australia's national security interests with our allies first. And, it's important that he shows up.
Yeah, I'm with Dana on that one. I think he should be there.
I completely agree.
Hey, People's Panel, thanks so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate your input as always.